Hi and welcome to the market alert for Friday, the 10th of April 2026. So Hormuz hope sparks stocks longest winning streak in 6 months. Bonds, bullion and Bitcoin were bid. But remember, hope is not a strategy. Absolutely. And US stocks extended on ceasefire gains with Israel and Lebanon said to hold negotiations next week, although strikes continued, and they will continue as well. We're talking about Israel, who just doesn't seem to pay any attention to any ceasefire. Today is US CPI preview. Here comes the energy surge. March CPI will show a notable re-acceleration in headline inflation, driven mainly by the energy shock from the Middle East conflict and the associated rise in energy and commodity prices. So what are the numbers that are actually forecast? Let's just tidy this up. I've had to set this up all again, and for some unknown reason it's selecting all of these countries, whereas I just normally want a few. So let's have a look. US CPI. There are the numbers. So to show a notable increase here, obviously due to what's gone a 1% increase, in fact, there for the year on year, and also 0.7 for the month on month there as well, and a slight increase in the core as well. So we'll see what happens when this is released at 1:30 p.m. Right, let's have a look at the markets and kick off with the Dow. So in the Dow yesterday, another move to the upside. Day before as well, as I missed the alert yesterday due to the internet going down, and then corruption in MT4, which took most of the day to actually sort, waiting for the internet to return. But fortunately, it is back, and you can see there we've had a decent move to the upside. 30-minute chart for yesterday. Again, in the cash market in the afternoon, prices moving higher. Overnight, we're sat near the close at the moment. Let's have a look at the German DAX. And in the German DAX, it too has moved back up to the 200 MA. However, yesterday the market struggled. Came back to the 50 EMA and is now sideways there. 30-minute chart moving to the downside. Very choppy session yesterday as well. Market moving higher in the afternoon, and then overnight the markets remained around the close and the DP of yesterday. In the S&P, also above the 200 MA yesterday. Again, it's all down really to the CPI numbers today, whether we see the market slam back down. If it is actually going to increase by 1%, that's not going to be good news. But yesterday, despite the impending CPI numbers, the market was up, as you can see then, sitting above the close at the moment and heading towards yesterday's high. The FT100 also sideways to lower yesterday, but on Wednesday the market making great progress back to the upside. In fact, let's just have a look and see how far we've got to go back to the all-time high, which doesn't seem too far. So there's the 78 and the 89. 10,666 is the upside target there to move to at the moment. So we'll keep that there, and let's have a look at the US dollar. So in the US dollar, following the so-called agreement the other day, you can see there that the US dollar now has gapped lower. We're down at 98.92, which is good news. And then moving on to the metals, we've got the Shanghai market there showing an 84.91. The difference in the premiums there are just around $8. And in the gold-silver ratio, you can see there sideways to lower as well. So a bit of a positive there for the silver market. Let's have a quick look at the metals. And in silver, the market is sideways to higher there. It's forming a sort of a triangular shape, which tends to see the market break to the upside. 30-minute chart, nice move yesterday. Again, it's all down to these inflation numbers, and you can see there up overnight as well. If the inflation numbers come out and there's a prospect of rates going up, It's not going to help silver, and it's Friday as well, so keep that in mind. Meanwhile, gold sideways to higher too, and in the 30-minute chart there, pulling back overnight as more talks on ceasefires. Right, let's just have a quick look at the Nasdaq, which I forgot to look at earlier. So in the Nasdaq, also moving markedly higher as well, back above the 200 MA, which is good news there for this particular indices. Market was sideways, and like I say, yesterday the cash markets in the US spiked the markets to the upside, and overnight we're also sitting at yesterday's high, which is a positive for the Nasdaq there. Right, I don't have any trades for yesterday because obviously being out of action, but let's have a look and see where we are overnight. So in the German DAX 2 minutes, not a lot to report, very quiet for a change, a lot of resistance to the upside and also support to the downside. Let's just have a look. We're not too far off yesterday's high. It's around 100 points there to the upside. And on the downside, let's just see if we can find, there's the low. So quite a distance from the low, about 150 points, 200 points actually, for the low there. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what those inflation numbers are during today. But at the moment, all quiet on the Western Front, as they say. Right, that will do it for this one. Let's see what happens during today with those numbers and how the market reacts. So with that, have a good weekend and hopefully see you on Monday. And as ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.